On this episode of Project Race Car, we loosen some bolts, we tighten some bolts, and Jono gives an art lesson. Alright, so prep is well and truly underway for the Sydney 300. We've got a lot of our list ticked off already. What we're going to start doing now, or what Jono's going to start doing for us, is putting a bit of a setup in the car. Problem is, he's got us pulling stuff apart. He won't tell us why. He's very secretive when it comes to his setup. So
it's going to be embarrassing when we go faster.
There might be a few sensor blocks over some of the upcoming video, but we'll keep you posted. Let's get stuck into it, yeah?
Yeah. I mean, if you'd like to know what it is, just send us a DM at Instagram and we'll send you some photos. Was that in the tyre?
No, I'd already undone those two. I hadn't touched that one though.
That's on there.
Where do you kind of just, should I just like cable tie it around the axle?
No, because we're taking the whole beam out.
Up here?
Yep.
The thing we've learnt with Project Race Car is that I'm a doer and Dan's a watcher.
Wow. What a dick with your double spanner
It's the wrong way.
You can call him a dick, but it's kind of accurate.
Yeah, it is a dick, isn't it? Notice when he needed something done, he called in the big guns.
Just like making edits hard, don't you?
I like making some things hard. Oh, no. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I did my bit.
What did you do?
I did the tight bolt.
Sweet.
I'm the muscle. So I think these bolts need to come out too.
You sort of want to do them last, like loosen them off. Like take the nuts off and get them so they're loose.
Yep.
You're going to get the brake lines off.
Yep. Oh yeah, the clip.
You'll be
The
undoing
clip
it
that I
from here.
told Trav to do.
This is a bolt you'll drop the centre from.
I got the screwdriver.
You did get the screwdriver. Good work. Nice. You're tightening it. Yeah. You want to be going
I want to go that way, like I
that
started.
way. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. I think I was going the wrong way. No, it's not moving. Every race car needs a job.
I'll bring it down a bit. Alright, so now take yours out, holding your...
Yep.
Okay, so now it's good to go now. Drop out.
Yep.
So what are you doing to it?
Now we're further away from racing than we just were.
Still secret.
We're going to flip it upside down and put it back in.
Right, yeah.
Not really. Basically, we're going to be tweaking the beam to get a bit more camber and change the toe from the factory settings.
A bit of a tweak of the week, if you'd like.
How do you do that? Just out of curiosity.
Through
He's like
gentle persuasion.
Engineering.
Is the camera on? Because if the camera's on, you do it one way.
Some
if
persuasion.
the camera's off, you do it a different way.
We will ask
Just
it
don't
nicely.
slide into our DMs to ask how, because it's a secret. True story. So, Johnny, can you explain what you're doing here to the rear axle?
Yeah, so this is a camber gauge. So what we're doing at the moment is we're just getting a baseline sort of reading how the beam measures up out of the car. So as we start to make some changes to the beam, we'll know relative sort of how far we've gone. And then once we're done with that, we'll be able to bolt it all back in the car, put the weight back on it, and sort of hopefully we'll end up where we were targeting. Imagine there's your axle and there's a wheel. So if you had your tyre nice and square, once you put a load that way, as you're going, that's going to drag that tyre that way, which means that you're only going to end up running on that part of the tyre because that's going to roll upwards like that. So what we do by putting some camber into it, so when you're going down the straight, you're only running on that part of the tyre, but once you put that load onto it, it's going to pull that tyre that way and end up with full contact patch.
So it's really just about having as much of the face the tyre touching the asphalt, yeah?
That's right. and it's always then a compromise of, well, you can go more aggressive on the camber, which will help your mid-corner grip, but then you're going to lose drive, because then when you straighten the wheels up and you're in a straight line and try and get the power down,
You don't have as much grabbing.
well, you've got a lot less surface area
Yeah.
to work with, so you've got to sort of balance what your performance is chasing.
We're going to start pulling the fuel tank out to be able to put in the long range tank once it arrives, so we're just getting prepped for all of that. We do have a fuel, about 50% fuel in the car though from the track day, so we need to get that out. Luckily for us, we have the fuel pump on a separate system, so what we're going to do is take the airbox out, disconnect the fuel hose, and then be able to pump it all out into the jerry can here, and that'll give us an empty fuel tank, or close to empty, and then we can drop it out of the rear of the car. So it's the next project to get done and ready for the 300. It's all fun and games with the Jono here in the workshop. The moment it gets to the track, he's going to be like, nah, I'm not telling you our setup changes.
Jono will help us come second.
Preferably half a lap behind him.
There will certainly be team orders.
Dan, you got to come in. There's an emergency with the car. But everything's reading fine, Jono. No, there's an emergency.
Box is flat.
Third person on it.
And Jono does it. You reckon there's more than 20 litres in there?
Yep.
Here she goes.
How we going, mate?
We're going. It's trickling now.
It's getting close to empty.
Fuel gauge says 33%.
Yeah, it's not a 33%. The N15s also have a crappy pickup system, so you can't run them in. So we'll see how much is actually in there, and that'll give us the buffer.
Pretty crusty under here.
I was saying let's pull all of it out to clean it. It looks pretty horrible.
Cleaning sounds like a trap job. Did they attach the handbrake paper to the fuel tank? Yep.
To the fuel tank mount.
Oh, those bastards, eh?
Are you testing again before then? Or just a Friday?
Yeah, it's hard to test with absolutely no rear end of it.
Not with that attitude.
You missed a bolt here, just so you know.
Yeah, that's what's holding the tank in.
Yeah, but just so you know, there's a bolt here.
Thanks, mate.
Yeah, cool.
We'll get some all new fuel lines as well. These are known, particularly the ones in the tank, are known to crack.
Another episode where Dan gets to say, and I can
Actually, you
shoot
can do
this
something now,
up.
Dan. Do you want to pass me up my socket? That one there, perfect, mate.
That was my cameo.
Yeah, now. All good?
Yeah.
It's a little fella, this one, isn't it, really?